Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day. I see I had a comment left on my last stream saying that you're lying. Well, everything I've said about a particular person is true. So, I'm not sure what I'm lying about or... Hey, Tony, how you doing, mate? Also got a really heartfelt email um, about having Aloe on my show. Hey, baby, how you doing? Um, Maybe it wasn't the best decision I ever made, but as much as I don't have, maybe Tony, um, I just like to put it out there that I've never had any arguments or bad words with Aloe. I don't agree, and I've said this before with the shit he said about the families and the kids, and maybe I could have brought it up, but there's no point rehashing old shit. And he has said himself he does it for the shock value, and um, but yeah, it's not something that I should fucking be associating myself with because I just don't agree with that. But I've made that known, and maybe I do need to think twice before you know I do let certain people on the panel. Well, that's the truth, Tony. I try to let everyone have a say. Yeah. Is that the mighty Lost?
Yeah, what's happening, man?
How you doing, bro?
Oh, good. We're about to head out. I figured I'd go ahead and talk to you real quick.
Well, that's very nice of you, mate. I kind of thought it'd be a bit later in the day for you, and you might have already finished work and been at home. So, but I thought I'd send you
Yeah,
the
so
I'll send you the invite anyway, mate.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, when you send it, it actually it's like getting me a or getting it's like receiving a phone call.
No, that's all good. I would understand. Like I said, I got kind of expected that you'd be busy with your family.
Yeah, we're gonna head out here in a few minutes. We're gonna listen to some music and have a few
Unreal.
drinks, do a little dancing.
Do a little dance. Get down tonight.
That's right.
um, yeah, Tony, it was Gogo who kicked her off the panel, and that was wrong. I mean,
Uh-oh, what happened? Go did other stuff again?
the other day when that certain Filipina got on the channel to have her say, um, that Gogo kicked her off the panel, which was bullshit. I mean, uh, like Tony said, I like to give everyone a fair chance and have their say, and so that was wrong of him. I did actually. I did kick him off my panel the other day when he muted Andy, and
Yeah,
Gogo.
why is it sometimes he's just like a decent person, other times he's just a douchebag?
Well, this is how I explain it. He is intelligent. He is entertaining. He can be funny, but it's like a gremlin. He gets bored, and he's just got to cause mischief. Um, to be honest, with the muting of people, it's not so bad. To me, it's water off a duck's back. Andy got upset about it, and Andy's been a friend for a long time, so it was either him or Andy, and unfortunately, Gogo had to go, so I kicked him off the panel. But um, yeah, I just said is he gets bored and he just likes to cause a little bit of shit, and to me, it's not that big a deal. Lost. Yeah, he is a little turd, Tony. Yeah, that's true. And here's another thing, guys, don't get offended, but I'm going to go through all the wrenches. I'm going to remove everybody's wrench and then slowly give them back, because I found that Popeye was barred from my channel. Aloe had been banned from the channel. Leader X had been banned from the channel. I had to, before I did this stream, I had to go have a look and unblock these guys. You know, um, there is at the moment a real abuse of the wrenches, and
That happens all the time when too many wrenches are given out. You need to give it just to a select few guys that you definitely kind of have always on the channel, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, David, you don't have one. Tony, I don't know who's doing that. I can have a guess, but I don't want to name names when I'm not sure.
I won't name no names, but I'll just say there's some guys who are normally kind of decent guys, but if someone comes on that they don't agree with, they will block them, and I've seen them do it before, not just here, but on other channels.
Here's a funny one here. Actually, Johnny Karate just made a good point. So I don't know what's going on, because Johnny just said, "What's up?" I don't think wrenches can block other wrenches. As far as I know, they can't. But I
don't think so.
I found Leader X and Popeye banned on my channel. Now, Aloe I can understand because he didn't have a wrench, but Popeye had a wrench on here. I'm pretty sure. So I don't know how that's happening. Like I said, I just went through it this morning and found those guys blocked. So I'm not sure how the hell that happened. How you doing, MJ? Welcome, Johnny Karate, Leader X, Popeye, Tony, Crystal, MJ. So I'm not sure what's going on, whether it's an issue with YouTube or. But I did find them blocked, and I know I haven't blocked Popeye, and I didn't block Leader X. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But what I'm going to do, guys, and again, don't take no offense at this, I will at one stage remove all the wrenches and then just let certain people have them. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Popeye. Yeah, you're probably right. It might have been your other channel. Oh, here's a good one for MJ. This is from David. David Knopfler. The man who never blocks anyone is here. Why can't I see you, MJ? You have me blocked. Here's a good question for you to answer there, MJ. Why have you got David Knopfler blocked? It's kind of weird. I know that I've never personally gone to anyone's channel and blocked them. Definitely people that have been in my chat have been blocked. Face Runner, if you're listening, I've unblocked you, even though... Hey, how you doing, sister? You've got another chance, but you messed this one up, mate. You mentioned my girl, my son. You start calling people pedophiles. You'll be gone. MJ1, I don't have him blocked. Okay, David. So I don't know what's going on with that. I've seen this issue before, actually, between Havoc Master and Graham.
Actually, the person, if you can't see someone's whatever they're typing in, it means you have them blocked, not the other way around. I don't think, anyway.
Okay, well, there you go, David. There's something you might have to check. And thank you for your input, Lost. Actually, we were talking about you today on Popeye's stream. So I don't know if your ears were burning.
How did that go?
No, good,
no,
mate.
I didn't hear. I listened for a little bit, and then did you unlock it?
No, mate. Only good things were said.
No.
Yeah.
I hope so.
No. Yeah, it's not the channel thing though, David. Did you ever go to his personal channel and block him that way? Maybe. Uh-oh, Roberto's in. Is that Lost? The no barbecue man.
Hey.
Roberto, I'd be very careful if you're going to go fishing with Loss, mate. You might find yourself pushed off the boat, tied to a barbecue. Hey, Warren, how you doing, mate? Hope you're feeling good. Now, play nice, MJ. Jesus, MJ, you are a shit stirrer. Now, David, he's attacking you, but I'm going to leave it in there because you got I'll give you the right to reply to that. It's only if he mentions anything else other than just you, then I will dump him. But
hey, before how did Allo do the other day? I had to jump off. Good conversation, Vern?
He just stuck to the subject of Barry, I guess, and then finally got off of that and was just talking about some shit that happened to him while he's in the Philippines, which was pretty weird, actually. He had someone come into his home, well, where he was staying anyway, and stole some money from his wife's purse. So that's pretty eerie, man, to think someone could get that close to you, actually in your bedroom, and go through your wife's purse while you're all sleeping. I mean, it wouldn't be a very nice feeling. Lost is my favourite non-believer. That's Popeye. But guys, we've got a couple of things coming up. One is, and a lot of you, I guess, won't be too interested in it, but I know Lost and I are. We're going to do a live stream and base it on lost civilizations, and the works of Stitchin. Also, we want to do a live stream where we have a quiz. So I'd like to make sure we can get a few people on each team or whatever. So Tony, I'm not sure if you're around when we're talking about that, but if we make it on a day when you're at home, would you be interested in jumping on the panel and becoming part of a quiz night? Just let me know, because I know Popeye would be interested. I'm not sure about MJ or Roberto. That store came from the one nut experience that happened to him when he first moved in. Lost has his own civilization. Yes. Lost has his own philosophies, and to be honest with you, you can't can the guy for that, because the philosophy that he does follow is definitely one that I can appreciate. No, Tony, you're not dumb, that's for sure. But yeah, cool. If you're in it, we'll probably make it a weekend one then, when we can get everybody on here.
Yeah, the trivia thing would be cool for sure.
Yeah, that would be great. I know you'd been involved, Lost. So the only problem is that we're going to have is that I know Tony's available weekends, and I know that weekends is usually your family time. I mean, we usually get you only when you're working, so we're going to have to work something out, mate.
Yeah, if we pre-plan it or something, might be able to do it. But we can all each week take turns being the quiz master or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. Hey, Kev, how you doing? Oh, it'd be a bit of fun. I've seen David, RC Dre do them, and they are a lot of fun. And we just need a format, and we'll work things out. And I think the idea is not to ask questions that are just ridiculous that people aren't going to. I think you need to kind of make them. I mean, you can have particular subjects, but you do need to make them so that they are answerable anyway. Yeah, that's what we looking at the moment, Leader X, the Googling factor. So what we've been thinking of is having a person in the chat who will be a timekeeper and will actually give people a certain amount of time to answer the question. And there'll be a few people on a team. What we need to do is kind of look up how long it takes someone to Google an answer, and maybe give people, that 15, 20 or, whatever it is in seconds to answer a question. Is that a trick question, Roberto? Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. But now we've got a few more people in there. I'm going to say this again. Don't get butthurt, guys, but I'm going to go through all the wrenches. I'm going to remove them all and then slowly give them back to just a few people because I'm tired of having to go through and finding people blocked from the show that shouldn't be. It's kind of disappointing that people are abusing it. And I want to know how the hell, although Popeye did say that his other channel doesn't have a wrench on here, so maybe that's what that was. But it's just because you don't like someone, it's kind of bullshit to start blocking people. I don't want to see that start happening. Well, Roberto, it's not a matter of, I just want to do it so that we don't have people blocking guys like Popeye or MJ. I found Leader X on that list as well. And I don't remember any of them have been blocked on this channel. So I actually gave you your wrench at the time because simply for your own protection, because there's probably guys, particularly Rayman, who might have, although I have to give full credit to Rayman. I don't think he's ever once abused the wrench on this show, as far as I know. So I just want to try and fix the problem of having people blocked on here for no reason. Kind of want to keep the channel neutral in a way. I know we talk about Barry a lot, but he's brought that on himself. So yeah, I know, Kev. And Barry's brought that on himself, and even more so now that he's pretty well called me or said what was said on my show was all lies, which I can guarantee you everything I've said has been 100% the truth. I got no reason to make up stories about Barry or lie about him. And the guys have known when people have said things on here, I pretty well state if I don't know 100% that someone's done something, I won't put it out there. So what's going on, Tony? If you're talking to me, MJ, no one I know has done that to me. So not understanding what you're talking about. Sorry, I must have missed that one, Tony. What's going on? Okay, well, that's between you two guys. I've got no idea what's going on with yous. But definitely want to start doing some streams where we just get away from all this shit and we start some topics. So if you, like I said, we want to do the ancient civilizations and stitching. Maybe even do one on, oh God, what's his name? The guy who worked for Area 51 at one time, the physicist. Just some interesting stuff. Probably not going to interest everybody. Yeah, fair enough, Madeline. Well, Kev, I heard some things on Popeye's show about stuff that Bama was saying. I haven't seen the show because I don't watch. Yeah, Bob Lazar, DR. I might do a chat on that because that would be interesting as well. Kind of interesting when they deny he ever worked for him, but when you looked in the phone book at the time, he was listed as being an employee there with the contact. So I'd definitely like to bring that up and have a talk about that. And just recently, the US have softened their stance. No, Lost is still here, Popeye. Um, and really, they do have footage of a F-18 Super Hornet pilot, a very credible guy who actually filmed an object that they could not explain, and obviously, um, to me, that's very interesting, considering that normally the US have a deny policy, but it seems that they're now coming out a little bit more open about it. Hey, Lefty, how are you doing? Um, but I think we do need to just jump onto some newer topics, and some of the stuff's getting a little bit old. I understand the interest with Barry, and that's all well and good. And if he's going to, come out and say that we're all lying, well, I'm definitely going to have my say about that because I've never said anything that's not true. And I'm not about to put other people in the shit that have, have that evidence. And but who we got in there? We got potential panel members. We got Popeye. We got MJ, Kev, Roberto. I'm going to put the link in there really quickly, champ. I know I shouldn't do this because we've had issues before, but no big deal. I'm going to make this a short one today. No 5, 6, 7, 8 hours because I want to spend time with Crystal, having a chat to her. We got things to organise. So I will put this in the chat quickly, guys. I'm going to leave it in there for 5 seconds, so get ready for it. David Knopler, you are more than welcome. You have an invite to come on if you wish. Yeah, I hear you, Tony. It does get a little bit boring. No, Andy, you're not blocked again. I went through the block list this morning to see who was blocked. And I do have to do that just a little bit more often. Oh, did I just see someone come on and go off again? That's a worry. You didn't notice that Lost?
I heard someone come on. Pardon. I heard someone come on, but oh well, Popeye's here.
Yeah,
You can look in
Popeye's
the
here.
hangout. Let's see if someone else besides Popeye come in. It'll tell you who comes in.
That's okay. I've got to try and keep an eye on both pages to see if
Yeah, look at that hangout. If someone comes in a name you don't know, you need to eject them real fast. Like.
All right, David. No worries, mate. You have a good day, and
these are things that happen and are things that will unfortunately continue to happen around the world. But the Dominican Republic.
Well, I tell you, Thunder, I come up with a foolproof plan, man.
Okay.
All right. Have you seen what's going on in the DR?
In the DR?
Yeah, the Republic of Dominica.
No,
Dominican Republic.
Yeah, Dominican Republic. Okay, it's that. All right. Well, a lot of Americans have died over there from some kind of poisoning, they're saying. And all of them died of the same thing, heart failure and water in the lungs.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a big scandal, and also they're having a real bad run of it. You know, because David Ortiz was shot in the Dominican Republic, and he's in Boston Mass General Hospital right now.
Okay. The name rings a bell, but you want to fill me in
Boston,
on?
Boston Red Sox,
Ah, okay.
Big Poppy. All right, so they got a lot of problems over there, and I figured, I think I'll say from my channel, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe to send Bama to the DR.
Well, Popeye, I know that's tongue in cheek, but
It is tongue in cheek.
let's face it. If you sent him money to go anywhere, he's just going to party on with it.
Yeah, that sounds kind of good. Doesn't it sound kind of good? Bummer in the DR.
Well, how about if I send him a plane ticket and he can't receive any non-refundable plane ticket, and he can't receive any funds until he gets to the
Well,
DR.
I think you got to. It's not often you get it. It's not often you get it wrong, Popeye. But I think you have this time. I think Mogadishu or Iran might be better places to send him.
Okay. It just hit me. I'm sitting here watching the news. They're talking about the DR and all these American deaths that happen at these resorts. Okay, this is all at resorts, and they all had the same problem after drinking alcohol from the minibar. And we all know Bama could not resist a minibar. Come on, all right. This is fucking really foolproof here.
Hey
Okay.
Popeye, are they saying if it's like more male versus women or anything like that?
Oh, it's a mix. It's a mix. And actually, a couple died in their bed of the same thing. They've never had heart problems, high blood pressure, anything.
Wow, that's it's pretty crazy shit.
Huh? It's that's why I tell people, man, you should watch some news. There's more. I mean, they're not just talking about Trump, okay?
See, they're a lot more subtle than we are over here. They usually put through wood chippers.
Now the wood chipper. I mean, I could start a donation for that. Okay. All right. If that's your fancy, if that trips your trigger, no problem. Get a wood chipper. Right?
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, Pop, I was just putting it out there earlier about the comment that was made on that video. You know, hand on heart, nothing I have said is made up or bullshit.
I believe you, dude. I wouldn't let you on my channel if you were going to come on and bullshit. I'd fucking hit the eject button so quick your head would spin.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Jedi? Yeah, I want to try and get away from it, Jedi. So I said I want to throw some different topics up there in the future and bring back to just talking bullshit but the Barry thing, it's not going away. And I did, like I said, I received a heartfelt email from someone I don't usually hear from about having aloe on my channel.
What did they
But
say? They didn't like it?
They just thought that maybe I lost a little bit of respect in their eyes for allowing him on there after some of the things he said. And I know I have to agree. He has said some pretty putrid things that fucking I would never say.
And did you not call him on it?
I have, yeah, I have.
Okay. So, where lies the problem?
Well, I guess it's the fact that someone would say that in the first place.
And
Jedi. Oh, sorry, Papa. Very soon, Jedi. We're not going to give anyone a specific date, but yeah, it's very soon, and I'm pretty excited, mate.
All right, this is the questions I have. Okay. When you say a very heartfelt email, I believe you, number one. Number two is probably a good friend. Is my guess there correct?
Actually, it's a guy that we've talked to in the chat. We've never really spoken privately before. This was the first time.
Okay. So when you say heartfelt, sounds like a little bit of emotional blackmail to me. Because when you said that, in his eyes, he lost a little bit of respect for you.
But
Okay.
I can understand that, Popeye. I mean, let's face it, and you've called Al out on this and called him a lunatic,
Hmm.
and and let's face it, some of the things he said have been downright disgusting, really.
Yeah. And then I look around YouTube and I look at other channels, what they have said, and none of them got the attention that the lunatic got. And that's where I call hypocrisy. I am not sticking up for this guy, what he said, but I have to call hypocrisy there. I where's the emails to these other people? You know, I mean, if you know, all of a sudden you've never had a what do you call it there? A private conversation until now. I
There's
hope
a reason.
I
There's a
hope
reason.
I hope that person has sent emails to other bloggers who said just as actually just as atrocious shit as Aloe said on that show that day.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Uh,
Okay.
no doubt.
There's a
Well,
lot of hypocrisy, man, that's going around. A lot of it.
and I may be a little bit cynical, but I look at it as emotional blackmail because you either lose respect for somebody or you don't. There's no in between. Okay, you can't say I lost a little bit of respect. No, you either lost it or you didn't. Right? And if I had lost a little bit respect for you, Thunder, I would have lost all respect for you. See? And I just want you to think about that for a second.
Yeah, maybe I've worded. And I'm not going to read the email out. And the
Mhm.
guy's only just recently had the opportunity to get in touch with me. So,
Yeah.
Give
um,
of who it was.
oh no, that's not fair to that person. He's not here. If he was in here,
Hey,
he wouldn't.
Popeye, I disagree with that. I think there's varying degrees of respect between people.
Varying degrees of respect. Oh, please elaborate.
I think what
I
lots are
guess it would
saying is
revolve around like trust. I mean, you can. Oh, go ahead, Thunder.
I think you can probably lose a little respect without actually harming the friendship.
You either lose it or you don't.
Yeah,
And
I agree with Popeye on that one. There's no, I've never heard of just a little. I mean, respect the guy, you don't respect him. I mean, there's no gray area and shit like that, man. You know?
Well, for some people, there's not a grey area, but I think geez, life is full of grey areas. Unfortunately, not everything is black and white. MJ.
I can agree with that. Not everything is black and white, but there are some things that are black and white, and respect is one of them. Uh, I I respect my neighbor even though I don't know him that well because everything he's done beside me has been on the up and up. Right, and I think what Lost is alluding to, there's different kinds of varying respect. I think he's talking more about adulation than just respect. Like
Yeah, I would
when
agree
I,
with that.
ow, and so you either respect a person or you don't. Okay? You could think more of a person or less of a person, but and that goes hand in hand with adulation towards somebody. Okay? And I don't think you could parse hairs on respect. I really don't. And if he feels that way, he should just come right out on the channel and say it.
No, you have to admit though, Popeye. When it comes to Aloe, he's definitely a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
You're either going to love him, you're going to hate him, but he definitely has this ability to group people either for him or against him.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, okay? I don't love him and I don't hate him, all right? Because I can neither love nor hate something that I don't know. All I know is like he's a voice on the other end of the internet. Um, do I believe everything he says? Probably not. Okay. Um, do I know what he looks like? Fuck no. Do I know where he lives? Fuck no. Do I think he's intelligent? Yeah, he comes off as very intelligent, right? And he can hold a great discussion. And then I listened to what he said here on your show, and he come out and he said he did it for effect. He did it to get people talking.
I did say that, yeah.
Okay.
I heard that.
hmm And that does not excuse the fact of what he said.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
I have to agree with that.
It
It
does.
was.
And I have let him know. But I am guilty by association because I was on the panel with him. And I'm probably a fucking white privilege kind of guy because now I'm on the panel with the fucking brown man. All right. And I'm probably fucking an atheist and not really a Catholic because I'm here with Lost.
Well, you were mentioned in the email, Popeye,
Uh
and
huh.
for something you said during that stream. I believe it was said during that stream where you said to Aloe, "Well, you have to do what you got to do," which is
Yeah.
probably not. It's it's not probably the thing that you know. Personally, I don't think I would have used that
And I'll
line.
tell you why I use that line because he went on to complain that they did this very same thing to him. They wanted to harass his family. They wanted uh they wanted emails sent. They wanted to find his house. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. And I did not say that nonchalantly. I said, do what you gotta do. All right. And that was with disgust. That was to let him know, uh, hey, you're stooping down to their level. And he basically said he didn't care. Okay. And I followed that with your interest doesn't conflict with mine, you know, and I told him I don't agree with it, go away. Because I didn't want to get caught in it. But yet they caught me in it, they caught Dave in it, and they tried to make us the face of it because they cannot put a face on Aloe. They cannot put a location on Aloe. Okay.
Well, I only seen 3 people that day distance themselves from that comment. One was you, one was Roberto, and the other was Ed.
Mm-hmm.
You were the only 3 I've seen distance yourself from the comments that were made.
And who's getting hammered over it the most?
Well, at the moment, it would seem that you're taking a bit of flack over it.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of flack over it, and that email just proved it. Okay. I mean, nobody is ever going to be 100% happy with what you have to say or how you have to say it. And the way I look at it, they think I'm some kind of politician, and we need to ruin his reputation so he shuts the fuck up. That's what it's all about. Guaranteed. Right? That's what it's guaranteed. It's all about. And mark my words on it. I know the game they're playing, and it's an old fucking game, and I won't have it.
Well, to me, this is how I'm looking at it at the moment. It seems to be like a game of tic-tac-toe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone says something else, and to me, it's a no-win situation, really.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a never.
Yeah, you're right, Jay.
They won't come out and tell you, which you will hear on other live streams on RRR, where I called him out and said, "Hey, I can't be on a show if you're going to be saying shit like that." They will not tell you that when I've had him on my channel, I've told him I don't want to hear shit like that. Okay, you're here to speak, yes, but not shit like that. So they don't say anything about that, do they? No. They just keep pegging me with it because they probably think I know what Aloe looks like. They think we have dinner together. You know, we take long walks, hold each other's fucking hands and shit. And that's far from the truth.
Well, the issue I have with a lot of this, and is why does it matter what anyone looks like? It doesn't. This world is not real. It's the internet. It's a cyber world. And if someone wants to keep themselves private, I don't have a problem with that, Popeye.
Yeah. And I even told Go Bobo that, but yet I got no response from him. Nothing. It's just that I hate you, Popeye. That's it. and I laugh at these fucking clowns. You can't come out and have anonymity and then turn around and say others can't have it. Can't have it. Only you can. That's what Go Bobo does. That's what Aloe does. Right? I'll say it flat the fuck out. Right? I'm not afraid of the fucking truth. People here that are afraid of the truth are the fucking idiots that run into his chat. Look at your chat right now. Do I know what Left Around looks like? Fuck no. Do I know where he lives? Fuck no. Did I ever dig for his shit? Fuck no. All right. Evil Andy. Do I know? Well, I'll leave Evil Andy alone. All right.
We all love Andy.
Leave Evil Andy alone.
Andy having a drink or what?
You're a bastard, MJ.
Oh.
Hey, Crystal, how you doing, babe? See, look, to be honest with you guys, I mean, I've made some friends here and enjoy the conversations. But in all honesty, the only real person that I care about is sitting there in the chat right now, and that's Crystal. That's my priority in life.
You're not jacking off right now, right, Thunder?
No. I'm trying to keep the mic away because it's been so cold here. I've fucking had my nose blocked. So yeah, I've probably been breathing through my mouth. And don't worry, she's let me know about it. I was going to say to it, I was going to just let everyone know, yeah, she's sending me pictures and I'm jacking off while you guys are talking, but she said, don't you dare. So now I'm in the shit because I just said it.
let me tell you how far some of these assholes have gone. All right. I met some new people online. All right. One channel's called Brutally Lauren. Okay. Very nice lady. She's got over 700 subs. She does her thing, her live streams and shit like that. And she's come on, Blind Fury's channel with me. We've chatted. And then I had a vlogger come up and say that I was having a torrid affair with her. Okay. And what's even funnier, she gets it. She gets it. She just sent a comment to my live stream that I just did, and it says, "Hey, boyfriend, that I'm having an affair with, but never seen. LOL. Sorry. You know, and when I talk about fabricating stories, okay, that's one. And the 2 hour live stream that I caught this morning with my Coca Cola and Jiffy Pop, that was the biggest fabricated fucking story on earth. Okay. That was the whopper of all whoppers, man. I mean, we have to get the mom from the Christmas story and put a bar of soap in his mouth. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind a lot of the stuff that gets said. I do probably have an issue if you kind of make a statement and it's false. I mean, you're not doing yourself any favors when you, even with Barry, if you're going to make up shit, it doesn't do your cause any good.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make up shit about the guy.
No. All I have to do is, cut his videos up a little bit and put a funny skit between it, and voila. That's all I have to do. I don't have to say a fucking word. And your boy Tony, he's like jacking off to Popeye's voice thunder. What the fuck?
Jesus, Tony.
Oh yeah, now a lot of these guys are starting to attack her, and then now they're trying to attack the, I guess, Blind Fury too.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, man. These guys got to attack, like the No Name guy and Frank. Those guys are now got to attack a guy who's handicapped. It's pretty disgusting, man.
Yeah, I agree, MJ.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
And I met this guy, Blind Fury, through French Fry 7. Okay. And he invited me on his channel, and he's a blind dude. He's been blind since birth. He has other issues, but he functions and he works. Okay. Even though he collects disability, he works too. Okay. And that should be a hallmark for the Hobgoblin to listen to. And these motherfuckers followed me over to that channel while I was in the chat and started shit. They couldn't just leave this guy fucking be. Now, uh, is that not fucking terrible or what? What do you think of that, Thunder?
Oh, it's pretty low, man. And I have noticed the guy around in a couple of chats. I noticed him in yours this morning. But if you've got a guy like that, like you said, he's got a disability, still working, and I've never seen him say anything nasty anyway. But I got no idea why you would even bring, the guy into it and attack him like that.
So he actually earns a living, Popeye?
Yeah, I believe he works. I think that's what I caught. I'll have to verify it to be sure.
We have sorry, MJ, we have a centre here in Adelaide where the blind can work, where they can go and earn themselves money. So full credit to that guy. I mean, they don't have to because of their disability, but you have to give those guys a kudos for still wanting to work, and it says a lot about the guy, really.
Mm-hmm. And here on top of it, he's gone out and he holds a doctoral degree. Okay. I mean, if a blind man can go out and get a doctoral degree, well, holy crap on a cracker. What the fuck is wrong with bad back Hobgoblin? Please let me know.
But listen, that's crazy, Popeye, because fucking I don't think I've got enough paper here and I've got not enough time to write them all down.
I mean, I'm just looking at two different disabilities, but they're disabilities nonetheless. Am I correct?
Yeah, even here, if you've got a bad back, they still make available positions for you that will be suitable for you. I don't know how bad his disability is. I've never really spoken to him about that.
Uh-huh.
I don't argue with people that do have it or say they have a disability, because I know here in Australia it's very hard to get on a pension for disability. They put you through the ringer to try to get on something like that.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's put it bluntly. Uh, I put the video up of him fucking in a chair. Uh, you know,
Uh-huh.
okay. Let's put it bluntly. Is wow. Was it the alcohol shielding the pain, or was it the ecstasy of getting his little pee-pee wet? You know,
I
See,
know he
that
has
um,
a back, but
that
he had
was
that Filipina jumping up and down on him, and
yeah.
I mean, uh,
that's one of the more distasteful things I've seen, actually. I'm not sure what goes through his mind when he puts shit up like that or does that sort of stuff. And and one of the things that really makes me angry is when he'll do his vlogs and he'll be very disrespectful. I'll just use kinder words here, disrespectful to a girl, and then turns around to his subs and say, "That's how you treat them." I'm like, what the fuck?
kind of that's rotten, man. I mean,
If I wanted to have words with my lady, the last thing I'm going to do is do it in a public, and I'm definitely not going to talk to her like that.
because he
You
has
know,
no respect, man. Just
well,
none.
that's what I was just going to say. That MJ, I got more respect for my girl than that. And
Hey,
besides, she's pretty good with knives and pretty good at
Even
throwing things, I've heard.
e- even if it's a girl that you're not gonna see permanently, it's just a fling or whatever. It's still some type of decency and respect that you show towards them. You know what I mean?
Exactly, I agree.
you know, I tell you honestly, my years in Philippines, I've had my bar fines. Okay, I've had my short times, but lo and fucking behold, they were behind a closed fucking door, not in public, not on camera, you know.
Yeah.
And you know what? I see. Wow, you know. And see, that's why he gets so upset. He wants all that shit to come down. And he thinks I'm going to take my channel down or any of my videos down. Dude, the guy's smoking shabu. Okay, it's not going to fucking happen. And um, oh, I forgot the greatest lie of all. He sent what is it? Copies of all our videos on thumb drives and this and that to YouTube with a letter. Okay. Um, if you look at YouTube policies, they do not accept thumb drives, they do not accept copies, videotapes, or letters from the public.
I've just,
Ta-da.
Dad just sent you an invite. If you're still there,
Who are you looking for?
I just sent my dad an invite on. No worries, Jedi. Thanks for coming on, mate. Always, it was enjoy seeing you, mate. I will, mate. And look, when she's here, we will probably stream together and let everyone know at that point. We just don't want to put it out there at the moment. That's personal between us, but it is getting close, and I'm really looking forward to it. So
When you do your live stream with her, when you're together, can you play that Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis song? You are the love of my life, the love of my life.
well, put it this way: you won't be seeing her sitting on my lap on a chair. Well, you
I
may
I
see.
I turned around. Maybe that's okay. Fully clothed, that's okay. Yeah, yeah, I can accept that.
Ed blocked you. I don't know why he blocked you, Andy, unless you maybe he's disappointed in you hitting the bottle again, mate. And honestly, all of us here, except for MJ, of course, are probably disappointed in
Yeah,
you know
take
you,
one. Please, man, drink.
Come on, MJ. Come on, MJ. I have to call you out on that because I was a drug and alcohol program advisor in the United States Navy. So the only thing I can tell Evil Andy is put the fucking bottle down, you numb nuts. All right, sober up and go hit a meeting. All right, that's it. That's an order. Do it now.
That's the best advice you're going to get, Andy. You really do, mate. It's only going to fucking knock you around, mate. It's not going to fucking help you, your family, your daughter. Fuck, mate. Straighten out for them. If not for you, do it for your family.
Well, if he's already started drinking, it's the middle of the day. I mean, why stop like now? You might as well
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, tomorrow morning where you can stop, isn't it?
Jeez, what are you going to do next, mate? Start a GoFundMe for his drinking? Jeez, MJ.
I mean,
Hey, how you doing, Nathan?
I mean, he's already started drinking. Might as well finish off the day strong, man.
Jesus, MJ. Why don't you go fucking blaze up, you motherfucker?
Oh, Jesus. Feed me a tamale. He might feed you a bottle of something. I don't know about a tamale, though.
Yeah, how about it, MJ? You know any hot tamales out there I could get with when I come out to LA?
Oh yeah, there's a ton, man. A lot of cougars.
I want the one that's fucking crazy because those are the ones that are the best love makers and they're the best looking. Okay, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, because if they're when a woman's on a scale of 1 to 10, all right, and as you go up the ladder, each number the crazy factor doubles. Okay.
Yeah, usually the crazier they are, the better in the sack they are.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I can control crazy, keep crazy, no fucking problem. All right, I'm good at that. Right?
You know what? There's nothing wrong with crazy. I mean, geez, you can guarantee that, like you said, one, that they're going to be pretty shit-hot in bed, and things aren't going to be boring. You just got to be a good ducker and not to keep the knives too sharp.
Shit, I dated a fucking Puerto Rican girl for about a year. Fucking, you know. And the only thing that broke us up is one day we were on the beach with her Dominican friend. They were sitting there topless. I was like, fuck, on top of the goddamn world, two topless chicks sitting on a fucking blanket, you know, there in Vieques, Puerto Rico. And fucking broad reaches into her fucking pocketbook and she blazes up, you know. Fucking goddamn MJ Jr., man. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She says, oh, you don't mind, do you? I said, dude, you're on a naval base. I said, I'm in second in charge here. You can't fucking blaze up.
Hey, what's up? What lost?
He's at home, I believe, and he's got family things going on.
What up, MJ?
You let the Jews in the car?
I was about to tell you, man. You better keep a track of Bitcoin, man. That shit's set to over 10,000 now, man.
Oh wow, that's jumped a bit.
Yeah, hey, thanks for that link about Litecoin too.
Oh yeah, it's at $10,200 now.
Man, save that shit for the shill show, okay?
Hey.
How do you go from blazing up to fucking Bitcoin? Jesus Christ, man! What are you gonna get a spot on Fox News, dude? Fucking in the Neil Cavuto hour?
I could boring, man. I never was able to find him. Neil Cavuto. Is he still on?
Lost is still here, but I think he went out. He's taken the family out somewhere to listen to some music and have a few drinks. So he's doing the family thing and having a ball, mate. So
Cool.
party on, Lost. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Enjoy, man.
It's one of the things I really respect about Lost is I know he makes time to come on this show and that, but his family always comes first, and that's how it should be.
Well, I have to tell you, you earn my respect with everything you've done with your channel, man. And you know, and nothing you've done lately has turned that situation around. Plain and simple.
Yeah, well, like I said, a lot of the stuff to me is water off a duck's back, Popeye. I think if you spoke to Andy, he'd probably say one of the things that he would say about me is that I am pretty fair. I don't mind people having their say. I don't have to agree with everything people say, but at least I'll listen to them, and I like to look at things from both sides of the fence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. And because you basically run your channel the way I run mine, but I let people get away with just a little bit more on my channel.
And that's your prerogative, Papa. You run your channel how you want it. I was happy and appreciative that you let me on this morning. Like I said, I enjoy talking to you. And I really wanted to come on because of the issue of where that comment was made on that video about the lies. Well, if you're listening, Barry, please point out where I lied. Yeah.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
I didn't remove the comment. I've left the comment there.
Yeah, I don't see about what you would lie about. I mean,
I've got no reason to lie, MJ. And, I don't hate the guy. I don't like what he's done. I'm definitely not a big fan or a fan at all of the guy. But I got no reason to make up anything.
No, you don't. You have nothing to gain by lying.
Yep. Yes, Carlos, it is a title from a Elton John album. I just thought it was appropriate. Don't shoot me. I'm only the piano player. To be honest, if you met me, 20 years ago or around, MJ's age, I was probably worse.
Oh, we'd have had a good time, me and you.
Oh, mate, I would have run amok. I would have been a total ass.
I'd have taken your ass up to Subic City, and it'd have been all over but the fucking crying, dude. I can guarantee it'd be Short Time City and fucking Tandway rum all the way. And then at the end of the night, a picture of Mojo. Do you know what Mojo is?
Well, I know what a mojo is, and
Mm-hmm.
I remember the line "Mojo Rising" in a Doors song, which was an anagram of Jim Morrison.
You mean a mojito?
No, Mojo. Picture of Mojo. Mojo is a Philippine drink. You can Google it. It has 7 different types of alcohol in it, a can of Sprite, one bottle of San Miguel beer, and cherry Gramier. And you drink this shit, and you're like, wow, this is like drinking a kid's drink. And the next thing you know, after you're done, you get up off the fucking bar stool, and everybody yells timber because you just fall over.
We used to have a drink here in Adelaide called a rocket fuel, which was every white spirit in the bar in one drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They called it a rocket fuel.
Yep. And I told you about the time, man, I drank with those 2 Aussie chicks, man. Holy shit. Those fucking broads could put it away, man. That was in Taz.
Oh, Tasmania.
Them fucking broads, they're like, what you drinking, mate? I said, Foster's. That's weasel piss. Oh, we'll get you a real beer. And
Uh,
I'm like, oh fuck, right? Here we go. I'm gonna drink two. I said to myself, I'm gonna drink these two chicks under the table, and I'm gonna take the brunette. That's the one that I want. Okay, that didn't fucking happen. They drank me under the fucking table. They picked me up off the chair and said, "Come on, love, we're gonna take you home."
Oh, Jesus.
And don't fuck with Aussie chicks, man. They'll outdrink your ass, man, no matter how good you think you are.
Here we've got Nathan. Barmer said in that comment that we should all go and get bent. I'm doing my part. What about you? So, in other words, Hagandi's blazing. He's getting bent.
Oh, does he blaze?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, cool beans, Giganti, man. You big guys always blaze up, man. I don't know what it is with you big guys. You like blazing up.
No worries, Lost. I understand, mate. You're out with the family enjoying yourself, mate. So you have a ball and appreciate the fact that you came on, mate.
Yeah, it's good to hear from you, my favorite atheist.
In the UK, if someone's bent, it means they're gay. Different meaning over here. Just like the word fag. Over here, if you're having some guys, I mean, I've never used the term, but some will say they're having a fag, which is a smoke.
Well, yeah,
I
I tell
personally
you,
don't
man.
like to use that.
If you watch that fucking video that Bama did, he smoked a whole pack of fags while he was fucking ranting and raving, man. I shit you not, man. It was hilarious. One right after the other. He chain smoked through the whole fucking thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm in the US and I'm on the phone to someone, the last thing I'm going to say is I've got a fag in my mouth.
Yeah, that would not fucking behoove you, okay? As we say in America. Hey, there is a question I gotta ask MJ.
yeah, go ahead, man.
All right,
Uh-oh.
all right.
Hold your breath, MJ.
It's a really simple question. Um, do you like the movie West Side Story?
It's been such a long time, isn't it? Where it's like a old like a gangster flick where they're dancing around and shit.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And all the girls kind of sound like you when they're singing. They're like, "I want to go to America. Life
Uh,
is
Is that
better
West?
in America."
Isn't that from West Side Story?
Yeah, yeah. West Side Story. That's what I'm talking about.
I like the Outsiders better, man.
Oh, I did. I like the Outsiders too, man. I like the Outsiders. Yeah. But I was just curious, MJ, man, because you're so all over white privilege and
Oh,
you
I
know
don't know. I'll tell
all
you what,
that other shit.
when Crystal starts abusing me in Spanish, it's the hottest thing ever, man. She can abuse me anytime in Spanish.
Holy shit!
That is a turn on.
So, MJ, do you think I'm privileged?
I think you're privileged? No,
Yeah.
no, no.
Okay. And why would you say you don't think I'm privileged?
You've worked all your life, man. You worked hard. I get, supported your family. Wouldn't say you're a privileged person.
Well, I'm talking as in white privilege.
As in white privilege.
There,
Uh,
MJ, Lost just said my wife's Puerto Rican friend is hot. Come on over to Texas.
oh yeah, share the hot
Oh,
part.
dude. Lost. I'm on a plane right now. Fuck MJ. He's got to work.
Geez, there you go, Lost. You're going to have a bloody lineup now.
So that was like a question. That was when like the stock boy, when the stock boy had gotten mad, and I forgot what they think they were talking about reparations for African
Oh,
Americans.
reparations. Yes.
Reparations. I don't believe in that because I
Yeah.
mean, if you believe in that, I mean every group of people has been through some type of deal like that. I mean, you'd have to pay Irish people, and I mean, you have to pay all types of people. That would,
Oh, yeah. We'd have to pay the Chinese We enslaved them, made them fucking build the railroad in the 1800s, did we not?
Yeah,
fuck.
and a lot of them died too when they're using
Yeah.
explosives and shit.
Yeah, a lot of them died.
All right. Well, let's see. Where's the Jews' reparations from Egypt? I don't see that forthcoming, do they?
I don't think that ever gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, boy, that'd be a hot topic, wouldn't it? I think just about every race on this planet has been enslaved at one point or another. Would you agree with that?
Yes,
Well, there's no doubt about that. White people have been victims of slavery as well. It's not anything
Oh.
that's been based on race.
Mhm.
Vikings had slaves. Europeans have had slaves.
Huh?
Yeah.
So we kind of fucked ourselves as the human race, didn't we? Huh?
Well, I mean, it bothers me a little bit when we go back and we try and bring up history these days. I mean, it was a different time, different era. Shit happens that I mean, this idea now, like when we bring up about what Americans done in North America to the Indians, or what Australians done or English done to the Aboriginals here, I don't think you can tar um, the current people now with that same brush. It was a different time. Conquering was just a part of life back then.
Yeah, it definitely was. And I'm not saying let's forget it happened. Not saying
Exactly.
that at all. Because those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it in the future.
Exactly. That's a great saying.
So hey, do I feel? Yeah, I feel. All right.
I think there's always going to be. I mean, we talked about this the other day. There's always, I guess, going to be some sort of racism. I think eventually, hundreds of years from now, maybe it'll all disappear. But there's going to be some sort of racism around for a period of time to come yet. Whether we like it or not, it's human nature. And we talked about, some of it is through environment. I think if you're, small kids that are around family members that are racist, it's going to rub off on them. It's a shame.
Now,
No,
I think
MJ's right.
that's the most terrible, terrible, terrible comment I've ever heard. The fly says the whites only had white slaves because they couldn't find any black people at
That's
the
bullshit.
time.
That's bullshit. There was lots of black civilizations around at the time when Vikings had slaves,
Yeah,
and they enslaved anybody.
yeah, those white guys, man, they're over there. They're hunting Africa.
No, it's not a fact, Fly. It's not a fact at all.
And if you're going to say it's a fact, at least spell fact properly, okay?
Well, a lot of people, it's funny, a lot of people don't even know history. They think it was just these white guys with nets, hunting down black people. But what they don't realize is that most of the people, they were sold by other black tribes in Africa. They were the
That
ones
did happen. Yeah, MJ, you're right. That did happen.
Most of it happened. I mean, they were enslaving their own people, and then
We lost MJ then, his connection.
Did we?
Yeah, I think so.
I still see him there.
Oh, no.
Thunder dropped out.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
No, excuse me. Lost dropped out.
Yeah, Lost is gone. Yeah, MJ, you're still there. Just dropped out a little bit there. Connection.
Yeah, your stream keeps on dropping in and out, it seems like.
Seems to be running all right from this side. But I've had listening to you a couple of times, your connection from my side hasn't been all that crash. You've just dropped out every now and again.
Yeah, you kind of go a little robotic once in a while.
Oh, you know what? I think I know why. I'll come back on.
No worries.
He's probably using his Cherry Mobile.
There you go. Whole towns were taken from England as slaves to North Africa. Exactly, Higanti. It happened. None of us are saying it's right, but it did happen.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to make a statement like that because they couldn't find any black people, at least show me some fucking proof. Cite something that can prove that statement.
I mean, if you look at through the history of the Middle East, even there's been slaves going through there for thousands of years, and even enslaving their own people.
Uh-huh.
England had indentured servants, which were as good as slaves, really.
Yeah, it was just they just used a highfalutin word.
Yeah, exactly. But I just don't like how people will bring up the past to, evaluate a situation today. It's just not relevant.
And I think what's wrong with a lot of younger people today, they want that free money, man. Holy crap on a cracker, man.
Yeah, that's an issue too. I mean, we've had that. There's been lots of compensation to Aboriginals here in Australia, but I don't have a big issue with that because I know that the Aboriginals were treated poorly in this country up until the 60s, mate. I don't think they could vote or enter a hotel. They were treated very poorly. I grew up with my best friend being Aboriginal during the 70s and that early 80s, and I've seen how he was treated by the police, mate. It was horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, is there prejudice?
Fly. You don't know much about the Vikings because the Vikings traveled all over the world. In fact, they founded most of a lot of the European cities. They
They
went
actually
everywhere.
they
Sorry.
actually found America first.
Yeah. Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red,
Mm-hmm.
and but they traveled everywhere, mate. Unbelievable as far as exploring go, and they weren't the bloodletting monsters that everyone thinks. When I actually read about their idea of slaves, they were actually, when they first seen the way that Europeans treated slaves, they were shocked and disgusted because they treated slaves very well. Because to them, if you didn't have a good, healthy slave, how could they, put in the work that you wanted them to? In fact, after a period of time, if they had a good slave, they were given the right to become a citizen, part of the
See,
community.
you're not paying attention to what I'm paying attention to. He just says, so where did the darks come from? All right. And you know what? That's what I call a racial slur. So I'm going to remove your message. Okay.
But that's why I said with the Vikings, mate, they travelled everywhere. They came across um, just about every bloody race on the planet, really.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't come in here talking like fucking Archie Bunker. All right.
Yeah. Fly, I don't know how much you really know of your history. The Africans went south once the English started inhabiting, like South Africa. That's when they started moving south, because that part of South Africa there was no blacks until the English started to settle there.
And you know what? When I went to Iceland for duty, oh, them good people let me know that Leif Erikson found America first.
Yeah, Graham, I'm not saying that. I'm think consideration of the past is very relevant and it's important. Like I said, Popeye said, you you don't want to forget history because you're bound to repeat it. I think my statement is more to what you're saying, was trying to use the past to stick for the present is not relevant in any way, shape, or form. That's what I'm saying. So I agree with you totally, Graham. And
Well,
you just probably put it better than I did.
you can't do that sins of the father shit with me. All right.
Yes, that's it.
Just can't do it. And I'm not going to put up you come in here using racial slurs, Fly. All right. So clean your vocabulary up, please.
Yeah, Nathan, were you concerned with that? It's It's very relevant because Europeans have had alcohol for thousands of years. The Aboriginals have only been introduced to alcohol for a few hundred years,
Hmm.
which is why they struggle with it even in today. There's issues with drinking in the Aboriginal community, just as there's still drinking in the white community as well. But I think it definitely is a bigger problem in the Aboriginal community, that's for sure.
Do you know there are more alcoholics in America than there are in the countries,
I
European
wouldn't
countries?
I wouldn't be surprised, and I think part of that um, is the pressures that I mean. America is one of those. I mean, yeah, it's the land of the free and all that, but there's a lot of pressure on people in these days, to own a home, to have so many cars, to put your kids through college.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on people.
And do you know what Europeans do? They introduce and teach their children about alcohol responsibly from the get-go.
I agree, and it's not unusual to have even kids in Europe at a certain age to have a drink of wine with their meals.
What term would I like you to come up with? I would like you to come up with something that's not prejudicial. Right. And if you can't figure that out, I don't have the time nor the inclination to educate you today.
Fly, you're welcome to come in here and have your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think you need to have some sort of logic behind what you're saying.
And
At the moment, it seems that you're just baiting.
and a little bit of decorum wouldn't hurt you.
But you're welcome here to have your say, but don't come in just to bait. I mean, that's kind of silly.
Yeah, but that's a hell of a subject, to get into is slavery because everybody's gonna say, no, you're wrong, no, you're this, no, you're that. And one thing that was brought up, I'll double back to Mr. Gogo Bobo brought up talking about, you know, well, if you want to get facts, go to Wikipedia. Or was
Wikipedia's
that?
not.
Or was that? Oh no, that was the guy with the nose in the air. Okay, that was your boy Alan. Okay, he's talking about Wikipedia, right? Well, actually, Wikipedia has been hacked, and there are hackers going in changing what is written in Wikipedia. Did you know that?
Well, anybody can. Wikipedia is set up so that anyone can throw in anything in there. So I wouldn't use Wikipedia as the gospel. And I've heard interviews with people where they have a Wikipedia page on themselves and have had to disclaim some of the things that have said on there.
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah, you could make a Wikipedia page, but there's parts of Wikipedia you can't change, right? And there's been hackers going in there changing facts, you know, little facts here and there on different stuff they put up. Wikipedia itself has put up, and so it leads me back to the old saying that don't fucking believe everything you read on the internet, folks.
No, what I usually tell, and I've said this to my son, if he has to Google something for an answer or whatever, I said, look at 2, 3, or even 4 different articles on that one subject to get the truth.
Yeah. I mean, because with any good lie, there's a minute bit of truth in it. And that's how they get people to bite. You know?
Yeah, the thing is, Fly is at the end of the day, I don't think I've ever heard any one person on here ever deny that slavery was a bad thing and that you know, I think we all agree. What we're just being is reasonable in saying, yeah, it happened. let's not forget that it happened. I don't think there's anyone denying that it was a bad thing.
The only thing I'm saying, Fly, is when you use terms, like the dark people, the darker people, those are all racial slurs. Okay. Uh, call people for what they are. You could say African American, Anglo-Saxon, that's proper terminology. If you don't know that proper terminology, don't try to turn it on me and say that I'm, punking the race card.
Yeah, Jesus, evil Andy. Some of the things you say, mate. Oh my God, I smuggled a half a gallon up my ass. Damn, what a ride that was. Jesus. Oh God. Carlos, my favorite Rolling Stone song would have to be "Sympathy for the Devil,"
Yeah, I do like that one myself.
and you can read into that what you want, but I love that song.
Hmm. That's a good song.
Yeah, it is.
But I want to thank Bama for making it quite an interesting Friday. It was exciting. Usually, all the exciting shit happens on Sunday, man. Usually, a lot of bloggers melt down on Sunday, not a Friday.
Are you you saying it's usually after the Pretty Pony show?
Yeah, it is. It's usually after that or one of my shows, and Um, dude, I've seen two meltdown Sundays, man. It was fucking the hilarity of it, man. It was live stream after live stream after live stream.
Well, after what I've heard this morning and a couple of guys earlier, I might have to look at this Bama video. But to be honest with you, I just don't like watching it anymore. But I might just to see what was said. But I don't like even giving him the view, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, actually, I downloaded it. If you'd like me to send you a Google link so you can watch it that way.
Oh no, actually, yeah. Doesn't stop him
I
from giving a view.
and I put it on a thumbnail drive and I sent it to YouTube.
Jesus, Popeye. Now, I'm sure that MJ spends too much time around you. Now I know where he gets his shit stirring from.
I only call the ball the way I see it, man. Only call
Uh,
the ball, man.
like I said, the last time I heard that expression was flying a flight simulator and landing a tomcat on the decks of a carrier. Call the ball.
I tell you, that's something to watch, man. I remember my first my first command was the Eisenhower, and dude, uh, I was on board for maybe 2 weeks, okay, and the way I got on board was I went from school. They flew me to Philippines. Okay. I spent 2 weeks in Philippines in 1980. That was the first time I ever spent any time in Philippines. And then after that, they flew me to Diego Garcia. Then they put me on an AOE for 2 weeks, the USS Detroit. And then they heloed me over to the Eisenhower. Me and a bunch of other guys. So a buddy of mine come get me and he goes, "Oh, we're having flight ops tonight." I said, "Yeah, so big fucking deal. Bunch of noisy fucking planes." And he goes, "Nah, nah, come on." So we went up to the crow's nest, which is the O9 level, where you can watch flight ops, but you got to put hearing protection on. And dude, it was pitch black. You could all you could see was the stars in the sky, and then watching the F-14 Tomcat take off from the flight deck. It was like watching a fucking space movie, dude. What?
I just removed the message. I haven't timed you out or anything, but I just removed it. Don't refer to someone's girl as a monkey because that's unfair to her. Just because, I mean, she doesn't know who he is or what he's done, so I prefer you don't use that term for her. That's just very disrespectful and racist.
Actually, what he's referring to is he's saying that Bama used that term. Right? He's saying, let me see here, believing his monkey is coming back to him. He doesn't get the fact that she's with a responsible man. Because the reason why he's saying that is he's been calling his girl my little monkey.
Well, that's wrong. That's wrong. If that's the truth, mate, that's wrong.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
I called him out for calling Jeff Pinoy Troll a monkey, and he got really upset in his earlier blogs. And somebody taught him the term ungoy, which means monkey. And he says, I call some of these Filipinos ungoys all the time. Fuck you. I do whatever I want. You know?
That's bullshit. Carlos, I served on fast attack submarines. Well, kudos to you, mate. All respect to you.
Yeah. Dude, you earned my respect, man. Them motherfuckers are cramped. Okay.
Yeah. We talked about that the other day, Popeye.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right, Evil Andy. Jeff Swift is a class act. I like him. Right?
Is when he says Jeff Swift, is that the Pinoy Troll?
Yes.
Okay. I tell you what, that guy does not hold back.
No, he doesn't. And well, you know how we're always talking about let's not talk about other people's wives or girlfriends or shit like that. All right, let's talk about the blog where he come out and said he was going to have intercourse with Jeff's wife.
Oh, bullshit.
All right,
I never
whether
seen that.
Jeff liked it or not. Nobody called him out on that. None of his people on his channel called him out on that. Now,
Jesus.
did they? Okay. Nope. So you know what? Before you start calling people out, look in your own fucking backyard. If you're gonna call one out, you better call them all out. Cause I called Allo out on his shit. I'm calling fucking goddamn Bama out on his shit. And that is sure as hell not being hypocritical in my book.
If you said that, that's I'm not surprised, to be honest.
And Jeff works hard. He's earned every dollar he's got. He goes back and forth from Alaska to Subic. He likes Alongapo. I've talked with him many times. We talk about Alongapo. We talk about the old days. Great dude. Great dude.
Yeah, Andy, I have to. It won't happen again, though, Andy.
Dude, Andy, we all make mistakes. That's why I'm telling you, put the fucking bottle down. Okay? Put the fucking bottle down. Dry the fuck out. Think about your loved ones. And march on smartly. Okay?
Yeah, it does seem that way. He does seem to be a hard worker and seems to be a stand-up guy. I don't know him very well.
Don't.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry, mate.
I don't watch a lot of his stuff, but I've caught a few of his live streams.
Don't be trying, Andy. Just do it. You can do it. You did it once, you could do it again. All right. And don't let people goat you into, you know, hitting the bottle. All right. Don't listen to fat asses like fucking MJ. All right.
It's fluffy.
Fluffy. Don't be listening to Fluffy. You'll get into trouble there, Evil Andy. Okay.
That's the thing with MJ. He's a shit stirrer, and I
Oh,
can live with that.
I don't mind somebody being a shit stirrer. It's just on how you stir in the shit. That's the question. Okay. Fair enough.
Yep. A sucker born every minute, Air Thunder. Well, I guess so.
You know, but I want to tell you, you're welcome on my channel anytime. You pop up in the chat, you want a link, you got it.
No worries. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep. You got something to say, you got it. You know, because you're one of the guys I don't have a problem with coming on my channel and that are going to say something stupid. I know that's not going to happen.
No, and I'm not. I don't get on there to start any trouble. I'll dress
Yeah.
things and all the rest of it, but I'm not there to start any trouble, Popeye.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
You're not an MJ.
how you doing, JP Radio?
Well, JP. Well, you know, and when I saw my subscriber count going up from 466 to 473 after his stream, I said, "Well, fuck, I got to say something." All right, they're expecting. All right.
Well, what do they say in showbiz? You got to give the people what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Andy. You're a good guy too, mate. Just put that bottle away, bud.
Mhm.
No one wants to see a good guy like you hit rock bottom, mate.
Told you a long time ago, Andy, find a hobby. Okay.
Look, Andy's had a lot happen to him. His military service and losing his dog, and I know what that's like, mate. If you're a dog person and like yourself, Papa, it's heartbreaking losing an animal.
Oh, it is. When I lost my dog, Cindy, she's a greyhound. Dude, that dog worshipped the ground I walked on. I remember every day coming through the door after work, that dog would get up off her bed so fucking quick you'd swear it was grease lightning.
Well, mate, she's a greyhound. She was greased slightly.
Yeah, she was. And she lived 15 years, had you know, I had her for how many years? I think 7 or 8 years. I had her.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking, mate. So I know,
Yeah.
Andy, you've had a lot of shit going on in your life, mate, but hell, you got a family to think of, mate. You got a wife and a child. Yeah, you got to do it for them, if not for yourself, mate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Popeye's right. Get some help. Get someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, just answering a message here.
You know the best dog I ever owned, but I really didn't own him? When I was in Vieques, Puerto Rico, I remember reporting there. They had 2 dogs. One was named Chief, and the other one was named Speed Bump. Shit, you not, Speed Bump. I was like, fuck. Right? And he's the same size as my Chiweenie. Okay. And I come out to quarters, muster the troops, and lo and fucking behold, I got 2 dogs sitting beside me while I'm standing. And I'm like, so I says to one of the guys, I says, what the fuck is this? Oh, those are the division mascots. Who owns them? And why are they on a naval base? And one of my guys told me, he says, "Well, we adopted them a few years back, and we feed them, we get them their shots and all that." And I says, "Does the OIC, officer in charge, approve of this?" "Oh yeah." And the OIC come out, and I saluted him, and he saluted back, and I says, "So I guess we're stuck with these two?" And he smiled at me and he says, "Yes, we are." And I said, "Very well, okay." And he looked at me and he said, "Popeye, I guess you're not used to something like this, are you?" I said, "Not really, sir, but I'm willing to adapt." Okay. And I said, "If the guys in the department like them, I'll like them too." And I grew quite fond of Speed Bump. This guy, every time a strange vehicle came in the compound, he would chase it. And I've actually seen this dog get run over. Vehicle run the fucking dog over, and he rolled and got back up. And that's
Jesus.
that's how he got his name, fucking Speed Bump. Okay,
Jesus.
all right. This is a no shitter. Okay,
Oh,
so so one day one of my guys came to me. All right, I'll give you the whole saga of Speed Bump, and said something's wrong with Speed Bump. So he was hiding under one of the ammunition trucks. So I crawled under and I grabbed him, and he got bit by something. I think it was a snake. Okay. And we brought him to the vet, and there was nothing the vet could do. All right. And it took about a month, but a month later, he actually passed away on the end of my bed
oh shit.
because he would come into my room and I'd let him sleep on the end of the bed.
Oh
And
shit.
so I said, "You know what? I gave that dog a fitting burial. I dug a deep hole, I wrapped him up, put him in it, packed it down, and I put a huge rock over it. And it's still there today, 20 years later. And we chiseled Speed Bump in the rock."
Oh, that's cool. I remember a mate of mine. He had this American Bulldog cross pit bull. It was a crazy dog, and I remember it was in his backyard. He lived in the hills here, and it got bitten by a brown snake, and he took it to the vet.
Hmm.
And he told the vet, he said, "Look, I'm pretty sure he's been bitten by a brown snake, and he needs the anti venom shot." And the vet said to him, "No, no, I don't think it's a snake bite. I think it's something else." And now my mate is a guy. I mean, I'm happy to stand toe to toe with most people. This guy scared the shit out of me. There's just no way in hell that I'd have a chance of lasting more than a couple of minutes with this guy. He would tear me a fucking new one. And I can imagine the look he gave to the vet when he said, "Well, if the dog goes, you're fucking going straight after." And the vet's answer was, "Well, let's give him an anti-venom shot just in case, shall we?"
Yeah, let's cover those bases. And I'll tell you what, Andy, I understand you lost your identity when you lost your dog. And I will agree with you with that. But I will tell you this: every time I lost a dog, I replaced it with another one. When I
Yeah,
came home, I replaced that dog with Cindy. And that's a poor choice of word, replace. I got another dog, and that dog taught me a lot, taught me even more. And when I lost Cindy, I went out, got another one because, a dog needs a home.
yeah.
And that's
I think
it.
a,
I
I,
like dogs.
I think a home needs a dog. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I mean, when Cindy passed on to the doggy heaven, okay, um, my house got empty. My house felt empty. It really
yeah,
did.
it
A-
does.
a- And my kid looked at me and she says, "Dad, the house is too quiet." I says, I know you're not a little thing anymore running around yelling and screaming. She goes, no, no, you idiot. I'm talking the dog gone. I started laughing. I said, yeah, you know what? Let's get down to this SPCA shelter and see what we can claim. Okay. And
The only thing I would say, Popeyes, you could have got one with a little bit better smile. That smile worries me.
oh, when I saw that smile, I knew he was the one for me. And I'm like, look at this dog. I told my daughter, look at this dog. He looks so retarded. Okay. How could you not want to take him home? All right.
Uh, Andy, look, mate, no, don't worry about it. We totally understand where you're coming from with the dog, mate.
Yep. Definitely do. That's why we're talking about dogs right now. Let me see another channel do that.
Not going to can you over, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think Popeye said, it's not a matter of the word replace is probably not the right word to use, but I've found myself is when I've lost dogs to grab another puppy, and it sure as hell it helps. It does help, mate.
Yeah. I mean, this dog here that I got right now, he's got so much character. I mean, he does the goofiest things. My kid will come home from work, right? And after she's settled in, she'll sit down on the couch. She'll watch some tube with me. Next thing you know, he runs off into the parlor and he comes back with his toy and he gives it to her and he makes her throw it at least 6 or 7 times. Okay. And when he's done with his playtime, he jumps up on me and he hits me in the face with his paw because he wants a treat. You ever see a dog hit you in the face with his paw because he wants a fucking treat? You know,
They
uh,
are characters, Popeye. They have their own personalities, and every dog is different.
yeah, he's like, bam, fuck you. I want a treat. Go get it. you know, and I'll look at him and I mean, I could. He's so little. I could pick him up and toss him across the room if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I
I
was like,
I had a, a bull mastiff that on summer days, because we had evaporative air conditioning, so the doors would be open, but we'd leave the screen doors closed. But he worked out that he could stand up on the wall, use one paw to grab the handle, pull the handle down on the screen door, pull it out, and just help himself inside whenever he wanted to.
oh, lovely.
And he was, oh, what a funny dog. Me and the boys would be out the back, and if you couldn't leave your cans on the ground because he would knock them over so he could get a drink, and he had a drinking problem, that dog.
Huh? And my kid, she went away for a few days. Okay, and she took a trip. So I'm here with the dog, and I couldn't put him in the kennel. All right, so he slept with me, and I don't like anyone in my bed except for me. Okay, I you know I find it very uncomfortable even to sleep with a female. Okay, and it's just the way I am. It's called being Navy trained. When you sleep in a very small bed for 20 years on a ship, you're not used to sleeping with somebody. Right? And but I didn't have the heart to you know put him in the kennel for the night, and but I got used to him, and he's a strange little bugger. I think Aloe would like him because he likes to snuggle right up to your ass and stick his nose right in your butt crack while he sleeps.
Oh my God.
I shit you not, man. I shit you not. That's what he likes to do. I said, dude, I was thinking on renaming him Aloe, you know, but that's the way I see it. But I tell you, man, Evil Andy, if you get another fucking dog, I'm telling you, it's gonna help fill the void. All right. And what you got to do is you got to normalize your life. Okay. If you got something missing, fill it back up again. All right. And when speed bump was missing, I filled that void up again. When Cindy was missing, I filled that void up again. And I'm happy I did.
Andy, what you need to think about, mate, is every time you're buying those bottles, mate, you're taking away from your family,
Yeah.
and the money you needed to get to your family. So
Yeah. Go out and buy yourself a pair of tenny runners or rubber shoes, as they call them in Philippines, and a pair of 1970s gym shorts that are so hugging you so tight to the skin, and go run about fucking 5 miles a day. I tell you, you won't have the energy left to lift a drink. Okay.
but we keep telling you, Andy, no one can help you but yourself. You need to make that decision and do it, mate.
Yeah, I could give you all the advice in the world, but if you just throw it out the window, bro, uh, you know.
Yeah, that's right. You're exactly right, Andy. You need a hand up, not a handout. We're always, you're always welcome in this channel, Andy. And if you ever want to talk about anything, you're always welcome, mate. Yeah,
But
we're not always going to say things that you want to hear, but we'll tell you what you need to hear.
mhm.
Well, guys, I might call it that. I think we've been going for a couple of hours, and I
Yeah.
promised my girl I'd only keep it for a couple of hours this time around.
And hey, Lost should be proud. We got off that one subject and talked about dogs, sea stories. Hmm.
Exactly. I need to spend some time with my girl. So, guys, thank you, Popeye, for coming on, MJ for coming on, Lost for coming on.
Oh, you're
Uh,
more than welcome.
I hope you guys have a great weekend. You all take care. Thanks for everyone in the channel for popping in. Thanks, JP Radio, Evil Andy, Carlos, Sabu Bossman, Warren, Crystal, my baby. I hope Tony was in earlier. Hope I haven't missed a Red Rum. We'll try Lefty, DR, Graham. Thanks for all popping in. It's always great chatting to you guys. I'll probably do another stream at some time on this weekend. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you, and I hope you all have a good weekend. And take it easy, guys. Thank you. Bye.
All right.